Hi everyone, it's Kate from the Fold Line. I am back this week with the edit. This is our weekly roundup of new sewing pattern releases. Okay, I've got some really nice ones this week, but I'm going to start with probably my favourite. Have you seen the Friday Pattern Company Bernadette Skirt pattern yet? Because if you haven't, you are in for an absolute treat. Now, I don't know about you guys, but a skirt pattern doesn't usually set my world on fire, but this one is really great. So, stuff to know. PDF only for this one. It will come in paper, but it will be a few months, so if you like it, PDF is the way to go. Sizing is a UK 6 to 34. So, it's so cute. Right. So it comes in two different variations. There's a shorter version, a longer version. The interesting thing for me is that it is pleated at the front and flat at the back. So it's got two darts you can see on the back of the skirt, just below the waist. It's got little belt loops all the way around, and the core feature of this is the super cute little belt with the pouch where you can store all your stuff. Not all your stuff, a small amount of stuff. So it's got this very sweet little pouch, which you can, I mean, they put scissors in it, which I feel is like a little bit dangerous when you're sitting down, but you could use for your credit cards or your keys when you're out. Not big enough for your phone, I don't think. But kind of big, quite dramatic pleats on the front. I just think it's a lovely pattern. I think it's so fun, and both actually length options I think are really lovely. So maybe you could fit your phone in. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But it's such a good pattern, and I really love the pleat in the front and the flat on the back. I think it just makes it really interesting. Yeah, so skirt pattern, excited about that. Definitely go and have a look. So second pattern we've got is the Lenoline Patterns Leon Jacket. This is PDF only, and the key thing to note about this is it's one size, this pattern. The sizing is all up there so you can sort of see, but I guess the idea is that it's quite a loose fitting item anyway, so it's really unusual to have just one size now. That's something that very rarely happens, so definitely check. Let's have a look at it. I think it's a really nice pattern. It's put down as a jacket, but I personally feel like this is much more cardigan territory. It's got this really lovely big band detail that goes all the way around the neckline. You can see on it that it's got stitch details, so I really like that because that adds quite a bit of structure to that around the collar, so it will make it stand up a bit. And then the tie feature, which runs around the waist and wraps, also has got that detail on it. So I think it's really lovely. It's got pockets at the front, drop shoulders, loosey-goosey. I mean, it almost feels like a dressing gown, which is why I feel potentially more like I'd want to wear it as a cardigan at home. But I think it's a really great one. Now, they've suggested cottons and linens and things, but I think you could definitely make it in a stretch fabric as well. You could, if you wanted to have it as like a cardigan. But yeah, so that is the next one we've got. Right, so I have got now 3 patterns from Dorata Davies, and they're all bag patterns, which I was quite excited about because everyone at the moment is really loving making bag patterns, which I completely get, because they're kind of, you don't have all the fit issues, you can use leftover fabric, and it's nice to learn a new skill. You get to buy bits of hardware, potentially a new foot for your sewing machine. You know what we're all like. We all like to buy like treats for our sewing machines. So the 3 patterns are, there's the mini bag, there is the roam bag, and there is the twin tote. So the mini bag is like a little crossover bag that you would wear, kind of, I guess you'd have kind of your day-to-day stuff, almost like a handbag. There are 2 variations. You can either make it sort of rectangular, or you can make it round, which I think was really fun. There are really nice lots of pocket details, perfect for your phone, especially the kind of rectangle one. You can almost fit your phone on the front. Little zip as well, so you've got a kind of zipped pocket. But I thought this might be quite a fun one to try. If you want to do a bit of travelling, the Rome weekend bag is the one to have a look at. I really like the shape of this and the proportions. So you can see that it's got strapping that goes all the way from the bottom. It's got this pockets on the front of the bag as well, and then there are two kind of clips at the side for a longer what's the word, longer strap, so you can wear it sort of over your shoulder as well. But yeah, size wise I thought it was really nice, and I like the detail. They've got a quilted kind of detail with the stitching on the front, which I thought you could actually play around with and do lots of fun things. And then the last one they've got is the twin tote, which I thought was really clever design, because obviously there are a lot of tote bags out there. Most of us who you know, you don't need a pattern to make a tote bag, but this one's got really nice detail in it actually. So it's kind of like it's a gusseted bag, but it also has this central pocket detail in the middle of it. So quite handy if you don't want to have everything rattling around, or sometimes when I'm out and I've got, like, you know, you've bought lunch and you don't want to have that in next to your notebook and your other stuff, so you can sort of separate stuff off a bit. So I thought that was a really useful one, and I think it's one that lots of us could, especially, yeah, you know, if you're carrying lots of different things in your tote bag, you can now like separate them, and it means you're not ruckling around all the time trying to find things. So 3 patterns for bags. Next up, I've got the Flora Tank and Dress from Pattern Scout. This is PDF only. It comes in sizes UK 6 to 32. This one I feel is like really very simple but clever detail. So let's have a look at the line drawing so we can see what's going on. You can see that there are big sort of statement pleats that are stitched down to just below the bust, and then it kind of flows off. I think this is really flattering because you get, it's quite fitted at the top and then it kind of loosey-goosey down the bottom, which, let's be honest, we all sort of love. There are splits in the side for the longer version. There's a sort of mini dress version, and then there's a top version of this as well. But I really thought it was quite fun, and the big tie sleeves that tie at the top are really great, and you can have a lot of fun with this. I think you could make it in lots of different fabrics. You could have the ties in a different colour. Yeah, and I thought this was quite good for kind of mid-level beginners actually, because doing pleating is quite a nice new skill to learn, and actually stitching them down is another whole thing altogether. So you would learn quite a lot if you're semi-new to sewing. So last but not least is the Madeline Carly swimsuit. This comes in sizes UK 8 to 30. I think this is such a great pattern. If you haven't got a swimsuit pattern and you need one, this is definitely worth having a look at. Mainly because you get so much bang for your buck with this pattern. So there are 3 different variations. There is a very nice classic swimsuit pattern. It looks kind of as you would expect. It's got a really interesting back. So it's got this racer style back with a cutout just below kind of where your bra strap would be. And I think it's a really flattering and interesting shape. I love the idea of having like kind of open back on a swimsuit, but that panel that goes around where your bust is going to give you all the support you need. So I think it's a really cleverly cut swimsuit. That on its own would be fantastic. You also get a bikini version, which is a very simple kind of tie neck, your standard bikini. And then last but not least, you get this really lovely, which I absolutely love, this sort of long sleeved rash vest, and with kind of quite a kind of nice kind of low, not low cut, but like nice round neckline on it, which I think is really useful, especially if you don't want to get burnt or you're into surfing. It's quite useful to have. Also quite on trend. I just think it's gorgeous, and it's also got all the stuff built in, so there's structure built within it to kind of give you the support that you need. Anyone who hasn't come across Madeline before, she specialises in maternity lingerie, why did I say that? And she's really fantastic, so definitely worth looking at, and you're definitely in safe hands with her swimsuits. I just think it's so great having the built-in bra as well. Oh yeah, I should say on the swimsuit there is the built-in bra on the front, so that hidden bra is in there because a lot of us cannot wear those sort of swimsuits without a bit of support. In fact, I'd say most of us. Anyway, that is it from me this week. I hope that was helpful and you found something you like, and I will be back soon with another video. Have a lovely weekend. Bye!